For the delay today because I forgot to record the video at 1 p.m. So today this scenario is, if you saw the flippin', if you saw the flippin', thumbnail, then this is what if the Axis didn't lose in World War I, and I already know the team in this thing. So we're gonna make it the color that everybody uses for Germany. I think this is what it looks like. Hold on 1 second. Sorry for erasing a little bit of borders. This is not really historical, but I was just coloring in the borders in one country. I had to make it all bad, so I did this. So this is where the Axis supposedly started losing the war in summer 1918 because the Allies put on an offensive. But this is what if they were winning. And here's a quick thing of the Allies. Basically, almost everyone was against them. Hold on one. And sorry, I forgot the Ottomans were in the thing. Hold on, I have to look at the map. Okay, they weren't a part of this. That's fine. These people. Okay. Oh, thank you. Okay, this is just gonna be a slight overview because I forgot all the allies in this situation, and I knew that the main ones were. Oh my goddamn island. Okay. I knew that these guys were the dominant allies, so that's what we're gonna be facing against. Okay. So right off the bat, we're gonna start a bigger invasion. Oh my god, I hate this. I'm going to lose my mind. Okay, so starting this, we're going to start a bigger invasion of France, and they're going to start winning because this is the entire scenario for the dang video. And if you've seen last video, then you would know who the heck John is. Yeah, I'm talking to you, John. I don't think anybody's literally even named that. I only know people from movies and shows that are named John. Okay, so now we are seeing a giant offensive to France, and now we're gonna see an invasion of it. Woo! You just went under the borders, and that makes me mad. And this just happened again. And it just happened again. I don't even. Oh my god. It makes me so mad that it's breaking the line. And it's bad. Yeah, and I just erased all my progress. How about I just do this? I still went over the line. What? Why yellow? Why is it yellow? Okay, and we're gonna see a giant invasion of Italy. So this is getting pushed back, and you can see how they are already pretty deep into Russian territory. And that thing is gonna keep on going on. They're going to be losing giant bits of land, and that's bad for the Russians. And it's yellow again. And just went over the line, I don't care. So we can see how the Russians are getting extremely pushed back, and that's really bad for them. And we're gonna have, due to the thick line in both countries bordering, and even another country right here, that they can access through here, we're gonna see a giant, massive offensive all the way to over here, and that is really bad for the Russians because the Russians don't know how to push that back. Due to Russia being so deep in the war, literally getting pushed back. I think they're already in Moscow. They're probably already in Moscow. Moscow. I don't know. And now being pushed back on both lines, Russia's going to have a lot of captured territory. So with this now being like extremely pushed back, multiple territories surrender. You know how this bad is for the Russians, because they're literally being ripped apart in their own territories, literally going for the other side. And now being literally kicked from both sides. Literally being kicked from both sides of their own territory, being captured and surrendered. The Russians decide to surrender, and this is going to be how it's going to work out. They're going to be now all transformed into surrendered land, and their country is literally just going to stop all trade from other sides. This trade was what kept the Allies alive for a little bit, even though Russia's going through an extreme crisis right now, and I think they already opted out in World War II. World War I. I don't care, cause. Okay, Russia, you surrendered on March 3rd. I don't like that. And in 1918, and they were inside of EU, and I don't like how that was happening, because that literally just stopped all the progress in my video. The stupid treaty. So this is gonna be an alternate history, and the stupid ceasefire will never happen. Anyways, back over here. The Russian Bolsheviks decide to hold a ceasefire about right here, where the Germans were about to invade into another big city in this scenario. City right here, where they will want to attack. That they would about to attack, but then a person came in this then someone crumbling paper die, and then a person said, "Let's ceasefire," and then the general said, "Okay." They hold that peace offering while another army was coming around over here and about to literally blow up their entire city because they had bombs. And with that ceasefire, this ended. This was still had his military occupied land in case they try to pull anything funny. Then eventually they withdrawed all that. And then turned into this, which are still held as semi-occupied. The military being scarce there, but them occupying all the base that's still been there. And then now coming over here, they are worn out, all sweaty from war, but they, with all this tactics, they are able to go fast. It's because they're used to now having heavy military going at them. And right here, Paris being threatened, and territory already surrendering. These blotches of territory started surrendering. And with that, Paris, before even being invaded, surrendered. And then they went around and make sure that the city was occupied. They now are going around. I think the name of the city is Rennes. I don't know. I think I pronounced that wrong. And they start going over here, making sure that any territory that would come would now be the British would, if they decided to pull anything going over here, they would immediately be met by be met by military. And then with that, they're going to now be going fast. We're fast forwarding into the future. Where they would be taken over. They would be taken over, and eventually the country would surrender. There's going to be semi-occupied zones after they surrender. And now, this is pretty much the scenario I would think would happen. And with Italy, Britain would go away from this war after all the drama that happened. And after this, they will withdraw. They'd eventually go cave in and become surrendered. After the withdrawal, yeah, if you hear rustling right now, I'm shoving my earbuds back into my ear because my ear's sweaty. Yeah, I know that sounds disgusting. It is falling out all the time. And this scenario, still trying to fall out. This scenario I would think will happen. Yeah, I'm tilting my head right now. And yeah, this is the scenario I would think will happen. Goodbye. Love you all. And I'm sorry for this being a short video, but I had to do this last minute. So goodbye, y'all, and all the people that love mapping, even though I haven't any single subscriber. Okay, bye. Love y'all, and I'll see you guys in the next one. And I know you're there, John. I know you're there. There's someone named John watching my videos. And you live at